Happy mid-morning, gang. Okay, Saturday. Not often that I make a video between breakfast and lunch, but this one's kind of important because Mrs. P just found something in the Russian news that I can't find anywhere in the American news being reported as of yet, but it's kind of important. There's also similar stuff going on in Canada. So for those of you guys up north, you want to pay attention to this again. Apparently, according to the CDC, there is a Listeria outbreak in the United States, with 28 cases as of right now reported in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Missouri, Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, and Massachusetts. What's this from? This is the reason I want to get this out early, because it's Saturday and everybody goes grocery shopping. The CDC is saying that these cases are all linked to sliced deli meat. Okay, going to the grocery store and getting specifically ham or liverwurst, they are saying that they could be contaminated with Listeria. In Canada, in Ontario, they have cases where people have been getting Listeria this week from drinking plant-based milk, soy milk or silk or any of those things. So if you have anything like that on your grocery list, don't get it, all right? As of right now in the U.S., and again, these are just what's reported. There's probably people that are getting sick and don't realize it. 28 illnesses, 28 hospitalizations, 2 people so far have died from this, and there is no recall. They have an active going investigation. What they are saying is, do not eat meats that you got sliced at the deli counter unless it is reheated to an internal temperature of 165 degrees. I don't know about anybody else, but rarely when I make a sandwich do I go heat up my ham or my roast beef. Okay. They are also saying if you have purchased deli meat here recently, to go clean your refrigerator out from anything that could have potentially touched sliced deli meats. All right, use something that's antibacterial, whether you're using bleach or something there to clean all this out. Okay, and again, there's specific products that, not pouring bleach in your refrigerator, you don't want to do that. But there's specific products that are antibacterial that you want to get in there to kill it. If you have any symptoms such as fever, muscle aches, or tiredness, a headache, stiff neck, confusion, loss of balance, seizures, basically if you start feeling like you think you might be Joe Biden, you might have Listeria. Okay. Pay attention to this. Everybody go, oh, big deal. It's 28 cases in 12 states. That's 2 a state. That's nothing. Yeah, okay. We said the same thing about COVID in the early days. 3 people have it. I remember saying that specifically myself, and then all of a sudden we know what happened. Okay. But funny part is our media isn't covering this. If you look on the headlines of any of the web pages, that our main news media, let's see, Fox is talking about Fauci and his gunshot wound, or the DNC moving up the roll call. Nothing about people dying from Listeria. CNN's talking about what happens if Biden drops out. About Kamala Harris. You go through all of them and find basically there's no mention whatsoever. Like I said, I hadn't heard anything about this. Mrs. P found this in the Russian news. I'll link that too. You can translate it to English. But this is why it gets important to check other sources, because our media, all of it, okay, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, the whole 9 yards, they all have a narrative to talk to, left-leaning, right-leaning, and they don't tell you the truth. Yeah, we've got 86 articles on every channel telling us about the Trump shooting. Great. Okay, it was a week ago. All the rehashes of what people's opinions are of Trump's speech Thursday night. I always love the one reporter is going to interview another reporter. That's not news, okay? That's opinion. This is news. This is something to pay attention to. Do you like getting some roast beef? Do you like getting some ham, a salami, whatever you send your kids to school with a bag lunch? Granted, it's summertime. Okay, they're not doing that now. But how many of you take your lunch with you to work and take a sandwich? Okay. Read the articles, pay attention before you get out to the grocery store today and take out a second mortgage to buy food. Be aware of what you're buying. I know this isn't exciting, but how many of us also, when we see a good deal on sliced deli meats, we'll put it in the freezer, we'll dehydrate it to make jerky. Guilty on both counts there, okay? We do that. It's something that you could be putting in your preps. Now, they haven't come out and said that it's any sort of, like I said, no recall. So nobody's differentiated between, is this Oscar Mayer, is this Boar's Head, pick any of the sliced deli meats that you get there. But pay attention when you go to the store today. If you want to buy deli meat, maybe buy the prepackaged stuff this week. Let them check this out and get this taken care of. We don't need people sick. We don't need people putting stuff in their preps. And a year from now, 5 years from now or whatever, when you pull it out, getting sick from it. Now, I don't know. I mean, again, they say heat it to 165 degrees. I don't know if you dehydrate it, if that's going to kill anything. I know my dehydrator runs at 150, so it's not at 165. I don't know. I don't know if freezing it would kill anything. I don't know. I am not a food scientist. All I know is that anything that I'm going to do is going to be safe as I can. And if I know that these things are potentially dangerous at the moment, these things don't go in my preps, these things don't go in my refrigerator, and they certainly don't go in my belly. So, before you go to the grocery store, I hope you saw this. If by chance you see this after you go to the grocery store, you might want to consider taking whatever you bought this morning back. All right, if anything else comes up, this one was just kind of important. I wanted to get it to you. Have a good one. Pinball out.